Okay, so we should be live. Yep, we're live. Okay then. Hey Tomek, how you doing? Thanks for coming, man. DBM Comic Arts here. Hey man, how you doing? Hey Diesel DG. Yo Thomas Bigelow. Thanks for coming. I'm good, Tomek. Thanks for asking. I'm not very great at like this, but I suppose it's good to practice. Oi Fabrício. Bem, cara, valeu por vir aqui. So I'm going to be speaking both in English and in Portuguese because I have friends and family that speak both languages. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm most likely speaking in another language. So DBM Comic Art says, I'm doing good, man. Love this cover. Can't wait to see it inked. Yeah, me too. I mean, I really hope that it looks good, and I've been doing a lot of digital stuff lately, so I'm not really sure how it's going to come out, but oh yeah, hopefully it comes out good. Happy to see that you're excited for it. Valeu, Fabrício. Oi, Bruno. Obrigado por vir, cara. Bora, brother. Ah, vou mesmo. Vou desenhar e vou... Pois é. Hey, K-Mom. SK8. How you doing? Oi, Kainé. Valeu, cara, por vir aqui. Yeah, I hope so, Tomek. He said that it's gonna look awesome. So I'm, as you can see, this is a Batman cover. It's a Jim Lee one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink like this background part. So everything but Batman, I'm going to ink, not all today because I don't have time, but traditionally. And then the rest I'm going to do digitally on another live stream next week. So hopefully you guys are there for that too, and hope you guys like what I end up doing. So if I go silent here, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'm not really good at talking in front of a camera, but I'm trying to say something so it's not a complete like silence. Bradley Daintree is here. Hey man, thanks for coming here. Oh man, I am out of practice with this brush pen. Yikes. If there's any artists here that are watching, do you guys do digital art? Or guys or girls, do you guys do digital art? Or is it really just traditional? Roland Katsuraji joined. Hey man, thanks for coming. Nice, you do both? Yeah, I recently, Roland said that he does both. I recently I recently got a tablet, and so then I've started to do a bunch of digital art too, and I mean, it's a really interesting, like, learning curve, because, like, it's not paper, so there's not the texture of paper, and there's not the, like, I guess, weight of a pen or whatever, or, like, they can run out or stuff like that. So it's good in that sense. And I mean, I guess it's bad because you don't have the feel of the paper, but I don't know. I think I prefer digital art now, especially since I can do inking. I'm inking some stuff that I can't wait to show you guys, but yeah, I made a mistake there. It'll be fine. DBM Comic Art says that personally I stick with traditional, and I envy anyone who can do digital art. Yeah, I mean, traditional's good. Like, it's not like digital art is, like, clearly superior, and yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve to like, learn, because, like I said, it's not on paper. But yeah, I mean, it's really good to do traditional art too. There's a lot of value to it, especially if you're selling your art. You can, have art to sell. Whereas with digital, it's like you have a file. And I know that they have, like, NFTs or something, but still, I think it's cool to have, like, something that you can hang on a wall that has ink, and you can look at it and see, wow, that actually is ink. Somebody actually had this in their hand. And, like, if it's like David Finch or Jim Lee or something like that, it's like that person held this piece, and it's cool. But I think they each have their merits. Bradley says that both digital and traditional, but I suck, so I'm trying to improve all the time. Yeah, man, it's practice. Like, it's all. If you're not good when you start, it's not because you're not gonna get good. It's because you haven't practiced enough. So, man, I don't like that boot. Gonna do something that David Finch taught me. When in doubt, well, it didn't teach me, but in general, when in doubt, black it out, and that looks much better. Roland says that I learned to use a mouse for art through sheer brute force. Oh yeah, I've been part of that game too. I mean, that's how I started digital coloring stuff, and I mean, I didn't even try inking. I don't know how people can ink with a mouse on digital stuff. It's like, especially this. Like, can you imagine me doing this Batman cape, or like this hatching with a mouse? I mean, it's speechless. Like, if anybody can do it, very, very, very impressed. I'm very impressed. Adria Vanessa joined. Obrigado, Adria. Vim aqui. Roland says that he can easily draw with a mouse now after 12 years. 12 years of drawing with a mouse? Wow. I mean, not sure if I should be impressed or feel sorry. I mean, like, I guess if you enjoyed it, that's cool. And I mean, I bet that you are a master at mouse drawing. So, congrats. I mean, but was it really hard to, like, do? Or did you eventually just, I don't know, get used to it and be like, yeah, this is the art that a mouse is going to do? Man, I was not expecting to have this much trouble with going back to traditional after doing digital. I thought there'd be like, yeah, I mean, I've done enough traditional stuff, and I've inked enough, I know what I'm doing. Wrong. I don't, apparently. Something with inking that I've always, I don't know, I guess second guess myself is, like, is it too heavy-handed? Because I got a portfolio review by David Finch and Robert Marzullo, and they said it was very a lot of middle lines. Not middle lines. What is a middle line? A lot of, man, what did they say? It was something like heavy lines, you know, like too thick where it wasn't supposed to be. And at the time, I was like, okay, I'll try and fix it, but I couldn't really see it in my art. Like, I was like, okay, but I mean, I don't really see it. And now when I look back at that drawing, it's like, yikes, that they're right. So I mean, it's always like, you know, change the pen if it's going to a lighter spot. Don't just stick with your same pen, especially for me that uses fine liners. Like, I can't just do everything with the fine liner. I have to, you know, get a thicker fine liner or just pass this fine liner on a bunch of times. Roland says about a couple months of daily use was the learning curve. Yeah, I mean, it's always a learning curve, and congrats on pushing through it and doing it because you like art. I mean, like I said, I bet you're really good at it. So I'm going to switch to Portuguese now for the people that are watching in Portuguese so that they're not completely without understanding what's happening. So, Portuguese mode. Então, pessoal que fala português aí, se não tá me entendendo nada, me desculpa. É meio difícil, assim, operar nas duas línguas, mas eu acho que é legal ter, assim, interação com os dois países, duas línguas diferentes. E agora eu vou falar em português. Não sei se conhece o artista, já viu uma arte dele, não sei. Se tiver, valeu. Ei, Matheus, valeu por vir aqui, cara. Vê se vai ter muita coisa. Thomas asks, so who's your favorite Marvel character besides Deadpool? I don't really know. I mean, I really have no idea. I'll have to think about that one. Let me think. Yeah, dude, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to give you an answer on that one. But if I do, I will say it. It comes up to my head. I mean, I like Sentry, I think is his name, the guy with the yellow cape. Like his design, also, because I like long hair, so, you know. There's that. I don't know, I guess I like Spider-Man. I would say Spider-Man. Roland says, lo siento, pero no me gusta portugués o brasileiro es más duro. Yeah, it's hard from English to Portuguese because there's not a lot of common stuff. It's you know, like there's not a lot of words that are very similar if you translate them. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense that's what that is. Like, what? Oh man, these lips. Let's see if I can do something. Looks good enough. Ethan, 1SR joined. Hey man, 9872 James joined. How you doing? Ethan, I'm not doing it on my YouTube channel because I'm going to do a two-part thing. So then the second part next week is going to be on my YouTube channel, and it's going to be the Batman. But this stream I'm going to upload to YouTube hopefully tomorrow. I mean, not really sure what my schedule is going to be like, but I do want to, I'm screen recording now on my computer, so hopefully I'll upload this to YouTube, so I don't know if it's easier to access there. I don't really have a setup that allows me to do both simultaneously, because if I did, then I definitely would, I would do it on both simultaneously, because I have a YouTube channel and I have people that do it there or whatever, but I'll upload this to there later, and then I'll do a separate stream on there. I mean, Roland says that he means language is hard sounding. Yeah, if you don't know the language, it sounds like they're going. I think it's a lot of people say that it sounds way too fast. But yeah, it's hard to speak two languages. Bradley says that he's back. Sorry if I don't chat much. Working on some concept art designs. Well, I mean, if you're drawing, then that's good. Yes, the drawings I really enjoy. Can you guys see everything alright? Like, is the camera like bad or anything, or is it not focusing? My computer has a significant delay, so I don't have immediate like visuals on it or whatever. And I also don't have a really good setup. So. Okay, so I think it's gonna be Callum. What do you guys think? Does she look good? Do something. Tom says, "No, it's pretty good. It's focused. Good. Yeah, that's my main. Focusing is the main hard problem because you guys probably see that it's like stacked on an Xbox box and DVDs and stuff. So it's like trying to capture those because it's in the foreground. So, but that's good that it's focusing." Roland says, "How are you so far with breakdowns or loose pencils?" Not really sure what you mean with breakdowns. Like, if you mean like studies of like looking at a finished art and then putting a gesture in it, or something else. And the answer to both of those is not enough. I don't do it enough. I should do it more, and I don't. And I saw that Tomic Art has been posting a bunch of stuff, and I mean David Finch does his studies streams. He did one last Sunday. And it's like, man, I should do more of these. And I don't. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I got the tablet, not to get sketchbooks and just do it there, but I have not been doing it. That was great. Thanks. So this stream is going to be like, it's not going to pass an hour and a half. I'm not going to go more than that. It'll be between an hour and a half. And I mean, I think the time's going to go fast for me at least. Like, I think I'm going to look at the time and just be like, wow, it's already been an hour. And I'm like, no way. But what I'm going to do is after I'm done, I'm going to record the rest of the inking, and then I'll upload it to my YouTube in a time-lapse, so that you guys can see the rest of the process before next week's live stream. So it's not like a big jump in process. Man. Hey, the Art Jedi's here. Really good to see you, man. I'm going to have to turn this paper here. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up. But it has to be done. The Art Jedi says that it's looking good, man. Thanks, dude. My thicker one here. So, I mean, this tech that Jim Lee drew on this is, like, super cool. It's, like, a lot of, you know, straight lines and parallel lines and double. There's a name for it. I don't know what it is, but it's like when you put a line and then right close to the line you do another one, and it makes it look like it's popped out or receded, and it's really cool. And I'm debating whether I should get my ruler out to ink these or just try and freehand them. And I'll probably freehand it because I'm lazy, you know. So we'll see. Roland says, I'm in panel breakdowns, essentially having the inker finish the rough layouts. Man, I'm doing one of those with somebody that I met on the David Finch Discord. They did a cool little, pretty much a gesture thing, and I'm inking it digitally, and that's being fun. Like, it's a challenge because, you know, there's more for me to do, but yeah, I also don't do those enough. I usually like to work with tight pencils like these, or just my own pencils that I do myself, and then I'll just ink over those. And when I do that, then it really is like the pencils don't have any shading on the line work, and the line work's pretty well defined, but it's, I guess, loose. But yeah, so I don't do those enough either. Oi, tio Graciano, valeu por vir aqui. Então, coisas para falar. Alguém já viu o... Não, não. Thomas asked if I'm going to be doing Inktober this year. I don't know if I'm going to be with work, school, etc. I hope so. I mean, last year was the first one that I did it, and it was a lot of fun. Like, it was fun to do every year. Not every year, but like an everyday like thing that kind of forced me to draw every day. And yeah, I don't know. My school's kind of taken more time up than it did last year, but I mean, I'll try and get, you know, some days in. I might not get the whole day, all 31. I don't know how many days are in October, but all, you know, all of them. But I'll try and get a couple in. Roland said, you won't like my lines then, they're pretty fluid. I don't know, dude. I mean, I'm willing to try a lot of stuff. Like, I've tried Henry. I inked one of his stuff. It was one of my more recent posts that I did. It was a robe piece. Like, and it was a lot of fun. Like, he is far from my style. Like, he does barely any hatching at all, and they're very not... I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of like Scott Williams, you know, that it's like the lines are very, I don't know, dynamic, I guess. Like, that's my style, and his is everything but that, pretty much. But I still had a lot of fun, so, I mean, if you want me to ink over your stuff, or color your stuff, or whatever, I would love to give it a try. Yeah, dear Jedi, I mean, if I could, not do school sometimes, I kind of wish I did. I mean, I know that it's important, but I just like drawing so much. I'm analyzing here analyzing like some professional thing. I'm trying to think if this is part of his cloth or if it's part of this machine. And I'm gonna go with part of the machine. So I mean, that's Alfred. I have white ink pens, but they are very, very, very crappy. I'll get them out here for you guys. There's this one, which, I mean, it's not a crappy one, but it's pretty much empty, so it doesn't do much. And then there's these, which I got, and they were disappointing. Like, I have not used them barely at all. They pretty much only work over the fine liners, and you still have to be very, very careful and slow with them, so that way they're not, so that way they just don't blend in with the black, and then it becomes this big, not very cool thing to do, or watch, or see. It's not they're not good. Like, I'm going to try and add, like a little thing here. I mean, that doesn't look that bad, but then in a little bit, it's going to become gray. Thomas says that, yeah, I'd like to get a few. Inktober really helped me inking, to be honest. Yeah, Inktober was a lot, like, it's a good experience. Like, it's a fun challenge, and it's good to do. Yeah, Roland, I mean, later after the stream, or some other time, yeah. Get it going. Olha, cara, eu acho que eu vou. Queria estar assistindo, né? Mas a live deu bem ali na hora, mas acho que vou ali ver o Flamengo ganhar, dar umas 5 gols no Grêmio. Lewis Hamilton joined. Thank you. Roland, I honestly don't know. I'm 1 hour. Okay, I don't know what it's called, but I know that I'm 1 hour ahead of the 8 p.m. that this started. So for me, it's 9 p.m. So don't know what it's called, but so for me, the 8 p.m. is 9 p.m. Okay, Thomas, see you, man. Not a person joined. Hey, dude, how you doing? Thanks, Thomas. I can't wait to show everybody the final thing. Man, like Jim Lee's stuff, it's great to ink, and it's really my style, but there's some pencils that they give me trouble because he doesn't really clean them up that much, because he usually works with Scott Williams, which is, I think, the best inker in the business. Like, I really like his stuff, but so he, like, Jim Lee has a lot of confidence that Scott Williams is going to do exactly what Jim wants him to, kind of. I don't know, but but I'm not Scott Williams, so I'm like, man, is this thing supposed to be part of this front one, or was it something that's part of the back one that he erased? And sometimes I'll look at it after it's done, and I'm like, I didn't choose the right thing. I should have done the other one. At least now, since I'll be finishing it digitally, I guess I kind of correct whatever mistakes I do. Man, there's no audio? Do you guys have audio? Not a person said that there wasn't audio on this. I mean, is that everybody else? Aí, Lázaro, cara, valeu por vir aqui. Okay, so you can see that I'm not going over this, and I really don't want to touch any part that's Batman, because I do want to do it all digitally, and so then I'm going to completely just all this background. And I decided to do more over here, which is the more interesting part, and you guys just seeing me do a bunch of, just a bunch of rocks and stuff, which I can't imagine is that interesting. Like, I'll try and get some in to do something, but it's not as cool as doing Catwoman or doing a bunch of tech. Roland says that we can hear you, so maybe not a person. You got you got a part where I was quiet, which is not that unlikely because I haven't been talking that much, hopefully. So hopefully that's what it is, and hopefully it's not like a different problem, but I don't know. Okay, so do you guys want me to do this tech, or do you guys want me to do a little bit of a cave up here? I'll figure out a good spot to do it. Então, o que eu vou fazer agora é eu vou só... Deixa eu ver se tá aqui na câmera. Aí. Mas o que eu vou fazer agora? Eu vou fazer essas partes aqui do chão, que é bem... Tem que ser uma linha... Não é bonita assim, mas tem que ser uma linha firme. Não pode ser uma linha toda... torta e tal, que em alguns casos dá certo, mas nesse caso não ia dar certo. So I was just saying that I'm going to do this floor part, which is it's a circle in perspective, which means that it's almost a straight line. And I was just saying that it has to be very firm line. Roland, so you're saying that then I'm GMT minus 4, which gets you GMT minus 5. I'll admit that I have no idea what that means. I don't know time zones. I've learned what ET means, which is Eastern Time, because of the David Finch live streams. But I don't know. But I mean, I'm imagining that means that we're not that far apart, which is good because that makes it easier to communicate. Okay, so then I'll just... Thing with this brush is that I know that it's good for... You can do like really relatively small detail with it, even though you're not, even though it's not meant for that, like it's not meant to be a small detail brush. But the thing is that I am working on A4 size paper, which is it's not exactly the same as 11 by 17. It's like half the size of an 11 by 17. So if any of you work on 11 by 17, I'm working on something half the size of that, which means that it's, it means a lot, and I just don't have the desk space. Like you guys can see, my desk it's kind of occupied, and so I don't have the space to work well and do a stream on an A3 size paper. And also, I don't really ink a lot on A3 size. I guess I've started recently, but I don't have an A3 size scanner or printer of that size, so it makes it a lot harder to do that type of stuff. Matheus perguntou qual artista você acha mais difícil de arte finalizar. Olha, cara, eu acho que ia ser o Jim Lee, pessoas desse tipo, porque eles fazem bem mais solto a arte, então daí fica meio muito não muito, mas fica mais mais interpretativo do que o David Finch, que é assim, uma arte assim perfeita e todas as linhas são praticamente iguais ao que seria a arte final. Então acho que Jim Lee, acho que é por aí. Não tá me aparecendo mais nenhum na cabeça que é parecido, que tem coisa parecida, mas é por aí. Okay, Ron, so I'm 1 hour ahead of you. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, so that'll make it relatively easy to... Okay, so I think that's going to be that floor plan. I'm not going to do much more. I guess I could do this. Holy crap, it's already been 30 minutes. Knew it would fly. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. And these big black areas is where I really wish my Posca white pen was working, because I love to just, in big black areas, to just add random, like, white spots and just be like, yeah, okay, that looks cool, that adds texture and stuff like that, and I just can't do that anymore because, don't have it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get these last final lines done, and then I think I'll move on to more of the tech area, which, like I said, is the more interesting part of it. Então, alguém aí do Brasil viu o trailer do Homem-Aranha, do novo filme? Anybody in the US see the Spider-Man trailer? I was surprised. I mean, please don't give spoilers or anything for the trailer in the chat. I mean, you know, in case anybody hasn't seen it. Well, that's good, Roland. You're glad. I mean, Instagram's really nice with hashtags and stuff that way, that you can find people that end up being similar in your art. Not in your art, but like end up liking about the same stuff as you, which is nice, especially if you want to do a collab or something like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning up the lines that I did with the brush. That, like I said, I can't really do them that precise. So I'm just, with the fine liner, I'm just cleaning up those final little parts. Ah, Matheus, foi um trailer assim que me surpreendeu. Just gonna add these small little details here. I'm actually gonna get my smaller brush for this, so that way I don't make the mistake that I was talking about that I used to do. I'm like, not gonna do that. Yeah, Roland. These fine little. Man, I'm really sorry that I'm going blank here, not saying anything. I'm it's hard, and practice makes perfect. I'll try and on the next stream be more not talkative, because I obviously don't want to sound annoying and be like blah 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 blah. But you know, just not be quiet, because it's not an interesting stream. Do you guys know if this is a cover that he did, or if it's just a, or if it's like an interior page? Because I'm looking and I can't find his signature. Like, I can't, obviously this is printed, so it's not like actually, it's not actually his signature or whatever, but I wonder. Okay. Okay, so I'm just doing this quick outline of the boot here, just so I remember when I ink digitally that's where that goes, because I went over a little bit here. Okay, so you guys want me to do this little area, or work on this little area here? It's a nice road. I've been there once, but been a while. Roland said that there's not enough space at the top for trade dress, so it's not a cover. I mean, I'm not really sure that if it was a cover that it would even have that, because I didn't get this, like, I can't even remember where I got this. It's not like a super high quality, and it was cropped. Like, you can, I don't know if you can see this, but so the sides have these little the bleed lines and stuff, but the top and bottom doesn't. So the place where I got the image from already had this cropped out, and that didn't, so I'm not sure that if it was a cover. I know that where you're talking about, the cover has the, like, the title and the inker and the stuff like that, but usually the ones that I get don't even end up having that. heck is this thing? Sometimes I don't understand what the pencil is trying to do, and I'm like, what is this? Should I ink this or stuff like that? And I end up just doing whatever. I mean, like, that wasn't there. I just did that. So, original art. Just kidding. It's not original art. This is Jimmy's art. Okay. So I'm just gonna go half and half. I'm just gonna do a little bit here, a little bit there. When I get tired, I'll do something else. Another part of the drawing, like I'm not gonna stop the stream or change anything. I'm just gonna move on to a different part. Does anybody there prefer have an opinion on if they prefer inking or penciling or coloring? Alguém aí que é artista ou não é artista prefere arte final, que é o que eu estou fazendo, ou fazer os lápis, ou até pintar. Sim, só para conversar. Gotcha, Roland. I don't know how those proportions work, so if you say it, I trust you. And yeah, it seems like it would be something that it would be like he's walking out or something like that, and there's a story behind it. Roland says that he does all three, but he likes penciling best and computer coloring. Yeah, I can't think of doing coloring any other way but digitally. Like, I know that it's cool and you can get, like, you know, obviously the original art and stuff, but I think it's just so superior to be able to have layers and opacity and all the different types of brushes all with the same thing. I think there's really no rival to it. And penciling, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I respect people who can pencil original stuff, because, like, I do it, and, I'll do a couple of stuff, and decent at it, I think, in my opinion, but I know I'm not great at it, and I definitely have a lot more to learn. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just getting these, like, bigger areas that are actually black, and I'm just getting it with this big brush, and then I'll go in and all the small little details will be filled in. World of Soups joined. Good to see you here. A couple little areas, and I think that's something with you always have it be completely black, and I know that that's kind of contradictory because a lot of these things that I'm doing are completely black, but it's good. I think that I prefer not to have it all be completely black, because that adds a little more interest or something, like you know, detail, texture, something like that, a little less boring. Okay, so I'm just getting more of these done, and we're making good progress. I mean, like, I wasn't expecting to get everything done in this one stream, but we're not gonna say we're flying through it, but we're getting there. Okay, and that's something that if I was doing digital, I would have just Control Z'd. I'm inking a vanish pencils, a vanish page digitally, and so then I, like, make a mistake on the line, I'm like, nope, Control Z, and boom, it's magically gone. In here, it's like, crap, and I don't even have the whiteout to fix it, so really it is what it is. Okay, so I am getting this bigger area. These weird cylinders here that I have no idea what they do, but they're probably relatively important. Okay. Okay, I mean that kind of looks cool. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like doing just the strong blacks, and I know that's something that usually pencilers or when you're inking yourself do, and I think that inkers do it too. I just usually don't do it as much like this, but I definitely like just this result of just like having these here. You should check out Roland says that I should check. That you should. Okay. Roland commented, you should check out Sam Keith the Max. It's best art, and Keith in general does intense rendering. Yeah, I've seen some like I don't know if it's promo art, but I've seen some stuff for the Max, and it looks cool. And I definitely should go. I should look more into it and stuff like that. I think I need to expand my the realm of artists that I am like not influenced by, but just look at. I think right now it's very limited. Okay, last little part done. So I think that for this stream, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get this little hub that they're in done, and then I think I'll be done for tonight to not extend it too much, and then the rest, like I said, I'll film it and stuff. Has anybody here ever inked Jim Lee stuff? What you guys think of it? Was it a cool experience? Something? Wow. I mean, that's cool. Roland said that Sam Keith in his farm is comparable to Frazetta. I mean, Frazetta is awesome. I mean, I didn't know that he was a person until David Finch stream, and then I'm like, wow, this person is really good and everything. And now I kind of know a little more. Man, it's these things that are always getting me, because I'm like, okay, that's a thick enough line that I can do it with this brush, and then I'm like, okay, no, that's not thick enough. But, you know, that type of stuff, those decisions that are going to make it really good or kind of good or bad. Okay. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have a... Oi, Tia Iris, valeu por vir aqui. Bom te ver aqui. Sorry, I don't know if you guys have ever watched anything of my older videos on YouTube, but I used to do a lot of time lapses where I would film a whole drawing that I was inking or drawing, and then I'd just post a time lapse of it. And I always felt that like, man, this is not my best work. I can do better. And so then now with this stream and the last one that I did on Instagram too, I feel like I want to try and get my best work done, even if I don't get it all done in one stream. I don't want to be rushed by time. You know, I'm like, okay, if the time's over, if I'm already done with the stream and I'm not done with the drawing, that's fine. I prefer to have good art than and a good stream and bad art, you know? Roland asked, when did I get into inking? Your show's comparable to me now, but you're almost half my age. Yeah, I mean, I started last year. May last year. May last year I didn't start inking. It was more of just like general art community. It was a Marvel How to Draw live stream with Will Sliney that he did, and it was a draw along type thing. And that was the first thing that I ever did in like an art community, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I want to do these more often. And then I started being more active on YouTube, found David Finch, he did weekly live streams, tutorials, and then I eventually ended up getting a set of microns. And it wasn't even a set. I just got a couple of individual microns that I got. I was 0.1 and a 0.4. And then I got this big brush pen that David Finch, all of those run David Finch's like list of materials that I use. And so then I started, doing those, and then it was like, wow, this is really cool. I like inking, and I think that part of it is because I'm lazy, sort of. So I'm like, yes, I don't have to actually put in a gesture and composition and everything. I just have to kind of go over. And I mean, not that inking is easy. It's not. Like, it takes hand control, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so last year. Valeu, Cheiros, pelo palmas, beijos, corações. Oi, Adriana, valeu por aqui. Oi, Manu. Valeu, tio Graciano. Deixa eu pensar em alguma coisa pra falar aqui. Já ficou bom, né? Já ficou bom com essas partes escuras, mesmo sem as linhas, já dão uma dimensão do que é. Já uma dimensão, mas tipo, eles mostram como é que... Eles dão uma composição aqui. Então, essas partes aqui envolvem os personagens e bota atenção neles. O que é legal de ver, assim. E o Jim Lee é um mestre, né? Então, ele vai... Eu sei que ele fez isso de propósito. Não foi um acidente que ele foi fazendo e acabou sendo assim. Então, legal, assim, de ver as pessoas que sabem mais fazer. Yeah, Roland, I mean, it's always something that I'm always like, man, as an inker, like, I've gotten somebody saying that it's, like, not actual, drawing or whatever, and I mean, half right. I mean, it is drawing, and it's not super easy to do. It's not as hard as penciling, for sure, because pencilers have to, like I said, they have to do composition. But, Oi, Luísa, valeu por vir aqui. Os quatro de vocês, valeu por me suportar e tal. Vim aqui na Livestream. Presença. Okay, so now that I got all of the stronger parts done, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the thinner fine liner, and I'm just going to put all those little details that'll make it all come together. I mean, these don't have that much rendering. The renderings, man, even these caves don't have rendering. I'm going to add rendering to that. That's something I am going to do. I'm going to make it rendered because I really like rendering. And I really think that it could use it. And I'm not going to go crazy with it and not destroy, but like change too much what he was doing. But I am going to give it my own little, extra something. Hey, thanks. So, I don't really know who Kevin Smith is, so I can't really give an opinion on that. But yeah, it definitely seems that it's not as, I'm not going to say that it's not appreciated, because there definitely are inkers that are appreciated, like Bat and Scott Williams, Doso Corona, stuff like that. But yeah, it definitely seems like it's less than should be. And it depends on the penciler too. Okay, so I'm really liking the result of this. I'm really liking the. I'm not gonna say that I added my spin, or my, I don't know, my movement to it. I mean, it's pretty similar to what it's pretty much what he did, but doesn't mean I don't like it. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a little bit of a fade in, because I think it looks cool. I don't know. So when I do these lines is when I really start to you know, add my own part to it. Like, I don't really do much with strong blacks, because it's lighting, so there's not much that I can do with it. It's fine, Roland. I noticed that I guessed that it was not a mistake, but just they didn't mean to actually repeat it. Então, pessoal aí do Brasil, o que vocês estão achando do desenho? Estão gostando? Então, tem algum comentário aí para fazer, alguma coisa? Stuff down here. Fazer essas coisas aqui. Então aqui provavelmente é caverna, mas eu vou fazer do mesmo jeito. Fazer aqui umas linhas aqui qualquer que não faz diferença. Não acredito que já passou uma hora. Nossa, já foi voando assim, foi. Realmente não esperava passar tão rápido. Pô, Matheus. Não sei não, tomara, né? É o jeito de ir. Mas é trabalhando, é pra isso que eu tô fazendo essa live, é pra praticar e pra chegar no objetivo disso. Não sei necessariamente ser melhor que ele, mas por aí. Valeu, tia. Valeu o apoio. Okay, so I added that. I made that a foreground thing. And then I'll make that go into that panel. A little complicated. Not sure you understood. Not a big deal. Okay, so here, add that little thing. That's what I was talking about. Add that little line, and that makes it look like it's an edge instead of just a completely flat surface. And that's what we got. That was unnecessary, but isso daqui é bem repetitivo de fazer, é praticamente a mesma coisa, ainda mais se for de um desenho para outro, tecnologia assim do Jimmy vai ser mais ou menos sempre o mesmo estilo, né? Vai ser essas linhas paralelas e tal. E isso tu faz bastante arte final de uma mesma pessoa. Eu descobri que tu não só, não é apropriar, mas tu não só aprende com o estilo da pessoa. Então, tipo, eu fiz bastantes do David Finch. Então daí eu já... Ah, tá, ele vai fazer o braço desse jeito, porque eu já sei que... E tal, então daí tu aprende e incorpora isso na tua própria arte, que é legal. E também tu aprende, tipo, se tu vai fazer ali o arte final de uma coisa parecida que fez antes, tu já sabe mais ou menos como é que tem que ser, porque tu já praticou. Pô, tá ficando bom demais. Modestia, não falei com modestia agora, mas eu tô gostando bastante do desenho. Tipo. Mas eu aposto que daqui a alguns meses eu vou olhar pra ele e eu vou dizer, nossa, esse desenho aqui tem bastante erro e eu podia ter feito isso melhor e tal. Roland asks if I'm familiar with Bern Hogarth. His anatomy books are legendary. Man, it kind of rings a bell like the name, but I'm not familiar with his art now. I should look him up though. Okay, so I think this is supposed to be something that's like incorporated into the cave. Okay, yeah, so this is cave. A bit of double lining, or I don't know what it's called. Okay, so then get a bigger one for this. Okay, and then do that. Oh, I hadn't seen this before. It's a big pillar that goes through the pretty much whole back cave, I'm pretty sure. So then I'm going to get my big 0.4. It's going to go like that. Oh, crap. Man, I really missed that line. Really went wrong. Luckily, it's going into an area that's going to be dark, so not a big deal. But it wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, I'm getting carried away. I should go back to the tech, but I don't want to... This that stuff that I was talking about, that it's like I'm almost certain that this is like a smudge that he did, and it wasn't supposed to be, you know, something that the inker went over. But I'm feeling very, very tempted right now to make that a reflection on the glass. This is, I'm 100% making a reflection. And I'm going to make that receded. And I'll leave the rest. Make it a relatively clean drawing because it's background. And so then the detailed part's going to be Batman. Okay, add a couple of stuff there. So Roland asked if I like Jorge Menez on the current Batman. I haven't read the comic books. I haven't picked up a new comic book since 2019. But I do follow him, and he has been posting a lot of art, and it looks awesome. Like, his style it's crazy, and it's especially crazy now that I've picked up digital art, because I know how hard it is to get a style like that completely digitally, because it's not easy. So yeah, yes, I do. I'll say that I do like his art, even if I haven't read the books. Okay, so we're almost done. Like, getting relatively close to being done. And Okay, so adding that last little cylinder thing. Ethan says that it looks amazing. Thanks, man. I mean, I can't wait to post the final thing, and hopefully that one looks even more amazing. But thanks for the support. Okay, now it's this little tube thing, which I'm honestly just gonna make very crazy. This is very rare rendering that he did, and I'm gonna do a little bit. It's like triangle rendering. I doubt that that's a name, but it's like, you know, like I do it here. Okay, so there's this line that I'm gonna render. Is this on camera? Yes, it is. But you can't see it because I'm using a super small pen. So there's a line here, and then I'll use triangles like that to do the rendering to make it instead of just a straight line. Roland said that Sean Gordon Murphy does a similar American manga style in the Batman White Knight books. Really? Like, are you talking about similar to the Jim Lee Scott Williams style that I'm doing? Because that's I like. Let's check it out. I mean, there's like an infinite list of books, comic books that I should check out because I'm not that knowledgeable on them. But yeah, especially the ones that are similar to this style. Okay, so I'm getting... Okay, I mean... Oh, Revelation. I just noticed that that's cave. That's not tube stuff. It's cave, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch so I make it in a different way. And what I'm going to do for this cave, and you guys aren't, nobody's really going to, not really going to do that much on the live stream, sorry, but what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do a bunch of double lining, which makes it look, I think, and that wasn't supposed to be drawn. It makes it look, I think, more natural. Feathering, that's what it's called, Roland? Okay, yeah, so feathering. Because you see, I'm a very experienced inker that has no idea what the basic technique is called. But thanks for the help. Son Gordon Murphy just like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Yeah, Jorge Mendes style is very similar to manga. I like that style too. I mean, yeah, I saw that Jorge had did a My Hero Academia cover, and it looks awesome. It's like that perfect mix of, like, in my opinion, of manga-like style, but with comic proportions. It looked really cool. Getting there. Again, that wasn't... Man, I'm always getting these checkered parts. Like here I know that I'm supposed to draw them, but when it's like just one small part with the rest of the drawing, I completely forget not to ink it because it's not anything that Jim Lee did. Jim Lee did not do that, but I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll add this in. Okay, so we're getting there at a little bit of a, not rust, but just wear on it. Rendering. Okay, and over here there's these little tubes. So I'm just going to make thicker lines. That looks good enough. Add an extra line there. Roland says he has to go now. Looking forward to the finished piece. Thanks, man, for coming here, being participative and commenting and everything. I hope you liked it, and hope you liked the finished piece. I'm anxious for it, too. So, bye, man. Okay, so... final little push. It's this final little part over there in these, and then we're done. And then the stream's gonna be over. I'm still not gonna be done. I still have a lot left to do. But the stream is getting close. Okay, so but don't worry, it's not a problem with the audio. Okay, add a little bit of line variation there. Man, I want to make that. Okay, final little. Okay, add this little hook. And I really have no idea what this machine does. Like, what would it do, in a Batcave? What's it doing there? What's it hiding? I don't know, and I don't care. I'm here to ink it, and I'm here to enjoy how much of a master Jim Lee is at drawing. Okay, I'm gonna do these parts, and the thing with this is that I want to make it look, I want to add dimension to it, so what I'm going to do is the top line, I'm going to make thicker, and that didn't really work, but it's fine, it's close enough. Okay, here I'm getting really confused with all of these lines. Okay. Nothing there, little tube. Extra little cave details. I think that we're going to be pretty much done. I'm just going to have this last little cave little part just to, not leave it outstanding. And then I think I might work on this big pillar a little bit. I know that I said it was going to be done, but I'm having a lot of fun. Be very fun. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to okay, there. And I think this last little drops. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put my signature here, even though I'm not done, because why not? Where should I put it? Where should I put it? Don't want to put it on the cape. Put it over here in the corner. Date, boom. Okay, everyone. Thanks for coming. I hope you really enjoyed it. I'm gonna see if I can push this a little bit forward without ruining it too much. Hope you guys can see that better now. I'll post a picture of this before I finish the rest of it. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Bye to everyone speaking English. I'll speak in Portuguese now. Say goodbye to them. Então, pessoal, eu terminei agora ali. Só essa parte. Obrigado a todo mundo que veio. Valeu pelo apoio, valeu por assistir. Tomara que tenham gostado. E semana que vem vou fazer outra. E tomara que vocês possam assistir aquela também. A outra vai ser no YouTube, mas eu vou botar mais detalhes depois. Então não se preocupa, não me estressa. Vai na paz. Então tchau.